Hey guys, weird lighting in here. I'm all flushed because I just worked out. I worked out, woohoo! I had 5 days off for this horrible coldy, fluey, whatever the fuck it is thing that's really horrible. My voice is still really a little bit manly. Got quite a deep voice at the minute. And we're swaying because Erin's tired and hungry. I'm just waiting for her milk to cool down. So excuse that. I'm going to make you feel seasick. Hi Louise and Louise. Hi. Oh, this is weird. I can add you. Want to come on? No, I'm not going to scare you. Right. I'm also making coffee. So, I'm coming on because I quite often see... when I posted a couple of months ago about what holds you back, asking what holds you back from working out or eating right, and loads of mums commented and were like, I don't get time away from the kids, things are too hectic, my house is a pigsty. Time was a really big thing that came up, and kids was a big thing that came up. And it made me think, and I've seen posts, where's your cup? Where's your cup? Go find your cup.
No.
You want milk?
Yeah.
Yeah, then go get your cup. Oh, it's there.
No.
Sorry. Hi everyone. Yeah, I've seen a lot of posts recently from people who are involved in my free group, who are just like, I cannot even begin to imagine adding workouts and fitness and meal prepping and all this kind of stuff into my day when, like, the house is always a mess and the kids are always fighting and, you know, the husband's not here or the partner's not here, and I'm doing it on my own, or maybe you're a single mum. You know, this general pattern of, holy shit, my life is mental, how the fuck am I supposed to ever take care of myself? Oh my god. So, I'm not going to tell you anything mind-blowing. Here's the thing. When you feel like your life is like this, and your life is like this, I'm not saying you just feel like it, you're imagining it and it's not really real, because it is. But when you feel like this, you feel as though you don't have control. You feel like life is getting away from you. Just give me some likes if I'm getting this right, because I want to make sure that I'm going to be actually helping you. So you feel like life is escaping you, everything's too hectic, you're always coming last. Everybody's needs are always coming before yours, which is essentially the way of the mum, really, isn't it? We feel like, oh my god, I'm not a human anymore, I'm just like a feeding machine, I'm a robot, I'm a, you know, I'm a carer of all people but myself. So let me know if you resonate with that, because otherwise this is pointless. I'm fairly sure you do. Maybe everybody's shy today. So yeah, the non-mind-blowing stuff I'm going to tell you is you've got to slow down. I know that feels impossible, but you can't fit it all into one day anyway. Like, how often do you get to the end of your day with a shitload of stuff that you haven't managed to do, that you really wanted to be able to do, and you're annoyed and you're stressed out that you didn't get to do it? And this happens every day. Every day. You've got this huge list of stuff to do and you didn't get it done. And it's not for lack of trying. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're sat around doing nothing. You're running around like a headless chicken trying to get all this shit sorted out, and you can't do it all. And this is a really hard lesson to learn. But if you can't do it all anyway, and you're still not getting any time for you, you're still not being able to eat right or work out, then you might as well just drop something. I made a post, I think it was yesterday, about dropping balls. And you've got to drop some balls. You have to. And this isn't about, like, settling for a life. I don't know, settling for living in squalor or I don't know, whatever standards you hold for yourself. It's not about settling and living a shitty life. It's actually about living a much better life. What are you doing, Noisy? So, like, sometimes you need to let the house suffer so that you can go and have a bath. Sometimes you need to stick the kids in front of the telly so that you can do your workout. Sometimes you need to hand the kids over to your partner, guilt-free, and say, there you go, bye, and run away. But you have to get out of this guilt mindset of feeling like you have to do it all and you have to do it all right now, because that's not true. And it's not a reflection on you if you can't do it. It's not like, you are not a superhero. I know that some people have partners. This used to be our situation. It's not anymore. One sec. Go in there a minute. Partners who come home and they're like, oh, have you even done anything today? And you're like, I will fucking slaughter you. With a rusty spoon, if you dare make that comment again. So I hope you don't have partners like that, but some people do. And it's about, I think, sitting down and having an honest conversation with them. You've probably argued over it. If you have been in this situation, if you have a partner like this, no doubt there have been arguments over this very comment of, what have you done all day? I've been at work because I'm a hero. Fuck off. That's what you need to say to them. Fuck off. You're not a hero for going to work. I'm a hero for being here, mumming the kids all day. No, telling them to fuck off probably isn't the most effective way of having this conversation. But hang on, let me read a comment. Yeah, it is soul destroying to hear those words or words to that effect. So yeah, telling them to fuck off probably won't help. It'll make you feel better, but it won't help. But you need to sit and have an honest conversation and just be like, look, I know it looks like I've done nothing all day. Believe me, I'm here too. I see the mess. I see, I hate it as much as you do, but I'm here. The kids are fucking mental. I can't do it all, and I need you to get home and be as much of a parent as I am. Me and Matt had to have this conversation a lot of times. And it only really properly was resolved after we broke up last year. I'm not suggesting you go and break up with your partners. But it became a serious issue between us in that I was like driving myself into the ground. I was ill. I don't anymore. I seem to have fixed it, fingers crossed. But I have this issue with my leg. I've got chronic osteomyelitis, which is a bone infection, and which leads to abscesses. And I get these recurring abscesses on my leg, and they are agony. But they're flared up by stress. And I used to get them all the time. And it would leave me essentially incapacitated. I was ill, feverish. I couldn't get off the sofa. I was sofa bound with these abscesses. They're so painful, I can't even tell you. And they make me really ill. It's a really, really quite serious infection. So he would have to take over then completely. So it kind of got to the point where I was like, look, you can either do your equal part all the time and help me so I don't get this ill, or you can carry on being as you are and have me be then completely useless. You have to take time off work and look after the kids. Like, what? There's no sense in that. So yeah, lots of conversations like this. And here's the thing. You may not have a physical ailment like I do, but you might have some kind of chronic condition or mental health problem, which is going to be exacerbated by running around like a blue-ass fly, trying to do everything, and having relationships that aren't respectful and not setting boundaries with your kids is going to make it worse, and you're going to fall apart. Believe me, I've done the falling apart emotionally and physically. You will fall apart if you're not putting yourself first sometimes. So here's the thing. Here's some things I've realised. If you set aside an hour a day to do a workout, nobody's going to starve. Nobody's going to die. The house isn't going to burn down. Nothing bad will happen if you take 1 hour a day to work out. My kids know when I switch the workout on, that's my time. If they need something, obviously Noah can't really get it himself, and neither can Erin, but Sophie and Kyla, they can get it themselves, or they can wait. And I try to make Noah wait as much as possible too. Like, he's 3, so he can wait. I tend to give him like 2 interruptions of my workout before I'm like, nope, this is my time. You need to just back off. And obviously Erin I have to see too, but she's 6 months old, so that's fine. So you need to set some boundaries. And I'm not telling you how to parent because nobody really knows what they're doing, do they? But it's okay to have some boundaries. And God, he's just scared the shit out of her. Nobody's gonna die because you take an hour. And yeah, the mess is still gonna be there when you finish your workout. But your house isn't gonna burn down and it's not gonna be the end of the world. Or if you want to go have a bath, when your partner gets in the evening, hand the kids over and say, I'm going for a bath, you can do dinner please. Maybe you could do it a bit more respectfully than that. Have a conversation with them first. Here's the thing I've learned is that as much as, if you allow it to continue, if you continue to allow yourself to be an afterthought, and this has probably happened anyway, at some point you snap, you lose your shit and you get into a massive argument because you cannot take any more of being the last on everybody's priority list, and that's no good for your relationship with your kids, with your partner, with yourself even. When you consistently put yourself last, or allow other people to consistently put you last, you're breaking bonds, to be honest. You lose trust in yourself, and you are the most important relationship you have to have. If you're breaking promises to yourself, if you're not, if you're talking to yourself negatively, if you're refusing to give yourself a break because you're not good enough, you didn't achieve enough, your house isn't clean enough, you are not a Stepford wife. I know we all hate having a messy house. I mean, let me see if I can show you mine. There's a toy on the floor, overflowing washing basket. Washing up's done, but I haven't wiped the sides yet, and there's a bin that needs taking out. So, I'll do it in a minute. I'm doing my workout first, or I've done my workout. The living room's a mess. My hoover's broken, so I can't hoover. But do you know what? That isn't driving me nuts anymore. It used to, and I used to feel like I was a failure because my house looked like that, but I'll get to it. And now Matt gets home from work, and whatever I haven't done, he does. And yeah, it's stressful for both of us. He doesn't want to come home from work and clean, but I don't want to spend my entire day cleaning either. I matter too, and you matter too. So keep your promises to yourself. Like I said, you are the most important relationship you have. And when you start showing yourself more respect, actually other people tend to follow suit as well. When I started having open conversations with Matt about how hard I was finding it, especially with having ADHD as well, there are days that just don't work. Some days I can't do anything other than sit and stare at my phone, and I hate it and it drives me nuts. And I feel like I'm lazy and I feel like I'm wasting time, and I am wasting time, but I don't have the physical capability on the days that happens to do anything about it. Because I have a disorder. So give yourself a break. You're not a superhero. You're not going to achieve it all in one day anyway, so just take some time. Like I said, nobody's going to die. The house isn't going to burn down. Your partner will cope. He or she is a grown-up too. They made children with you. They got a house with you. As soon as you make that kind of commitment, you are a partner and equal, not whatever, we have this thing in our heads as women, as mums in particular, I think, that we're like, oh, but he goes to work all day, oh, but he leaves at 7 a.m. Yeah, okay, great, but you're doing work too. Just because it's not bringing in an income necessarily, it doesn't mean you're not doing work. The role is at least equally mentally and emotionally taxing, if not more, being a mum, because you're being screamed at all day. You're having your house trashed all day, running around in circles trying to fix it. The competition, I think, needs to stop between mums and dads. There is no competition. You are each doing the role that was agreed on at some point. So I think just honest conversations about how you're feeling and what support you need. And when we both started respecting each other's roles more, these arguments just stopped. I used to resent him for going to work because it's so much easier, in my opinion, having worked full time as well. And he used to think I had it easy being at home. I mean, he prefers being at home. He thinks being at home is easier. I think being at work is easier. So at some point we're going to swap. or at least I'm going to earn the income to bring him home, and we'll both be home, which will be awesome. But we need to speak to our partners or the people around us and tell them honestly what we're experiencing and what we need. I think we're so afraid to communicate. I don't know what's happened, but humans seem to be terrified of communication. We don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to ask for help. We feel like that somehow makes us a failure, but that's not true. So I've rambled a bit on this. I didn't plan it really. I was just sort of thinking it through before I came on. But what I really wanted to drive home was that if your life feels like it's in chaos, you're the only person who can take control of that. And if you have this longing just to go and have a bath or just to sit and Netflix and chill or whatever, then do it. For your sanity, you have to. And it will make you a better mum. If you're not, when you prioritise yourself and you feel like you've been able to recharge, you'll be more patient with your kids and you'll be more patient with your partner and you'll be able to have a laugh again. But if you're run completely ragged, you're going to be screaming and shouting and you're going to have no patience, and the kids aren't going to be able to even be kids without being yelled at. And this is not a judgment, because I do this too. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, my kids get shouted at just for like breathing. So you have to take care of yourself. If you're feeling guilty because you're constantly losing your shit with your kids, then that's a sign that you need to take some time for yourself without guilt. You have to remove these negative emotions from your life, because they will make you sick physically. They will make you ill, or you will come down. I don't know, you can't come down with a mental health problem, but develop a mental health problem. Like, your sanity, prioritizing yourself is really, really important. So I hope this helps. If you want any tips or just somebody to vent to, then come and join my free group. We're a really supportive, lovely place. And we'll just give you a virtual hug and lift you up and give you some tips, maybe on what to do, what to say, how to change things. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I'm going to go before I lose my voice completely. And thank you for watching, guys. Bye!